What's up, everybody? It's Red Element here, and what I'm going to do today is give you a block tutorial on the blast chamber that we use over at the Redcraft server on my base. It's kind of a cobbled together version of a couple of different designs. The TNT duper and that whole setup over there is Ilmango. This zero-tick piston setup, this tileable version here, is Ilmango. And this over here is a cobblestone generator and basalt generator that Ilmango put out recently, but it's just here for testing purposes. I'll link to his video down below in the description if you want to build that. So this right here is extremely reliable on the Redcraft server. And I went through a lot of tweaks and revisions to get this thing working kind of the way I want. And it's real simple to build. So here you've got the TNT duper at the top. I'm not going to make a dispenser version. You can kind of work that out on your own. But TNT duper on top. It goes down to a little holding area until the timing is right. The piston drops it so that it detonates down here by the bottom of the block stacks. It is automatic. You don't have to activate it. It actually counts the blocks passing by that observer right there. And once 32 blocks have passed by that observer, then the duper is activated. The timing over here starts. It kicks the TNT out, and then it goes down. Pretty straightforward. You got these zero-tick conveyors here, so you can actually hook up a bunch of different stuff like I have over at the factory on the Redcraft server. But I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a block, but this thing's real easy to build, so you can get going real quick on this. It's not the most efficient in the world, which is why I'm not going to have a dispenser version, because you'd go through a lot of TNT. And there's also going to be some block loss, because you saw that gap right there. That'll happen every so often. Sometimes blocks will sit up there, the next explosion will come and detonate it. But usually, when you get those hanging blocks like this, the next pieces come down, it'll push those off into your water stream or whatever your collection method is. So that's about it, and like I said, this thing is extremely reliable. I can go ahead and show you how that is. So you can see here, it's just running real well. I've worked out all the problems, I believe, with the misalignment of the TNT and the timing on the pistons, where even when you hit some lag spikes, this thing right here will still really perform and shouldn't blow up on you. And even if it does, it's dead simple to build. So yeah, let's just jump right into the tutorial, and I'll teach you how to build this up in your own world, and hopefully it works out real good for you. Alright, so this cobblestone here is going to represent your incoming item stream. So this will just kind of be a marker. You don't have to actually set this up beforehand. So when you're planning this out, if your collection point is going to be at your ground level, this item stream should be 15 blocks above where you're going to put it. So the first thing we're going to do is set up the pistons that handle the stream. And we're going to set up a zero-tick piston right to start with. So you're going to set up a sticky piston here with a normal piston on top of it. And you're going to have a block behind there, one down, and two over. So lined up with this. And you're going to put redstone on all those. Underneath your block, you're going to come one down. It's going to be a Redstone Torch. And that's the first piston, kicks it out. So then over here, we're going to take off of this redstone feed here. We're going to put a repeater with no delay into a block, and then over to another redstone line. So you're going to come out 2 over 3 into this block here. And you're going to put a sticky piston with the face at your stream here. You're going to have a block there and a block down from it here with a piece of redstone dust on it, and a standard piston coming out of it right like that. So what this is going to do is every time this fires, this sticky piston is going to zero tick and either cut this redstone off or activate it. And so that's going to create 2 separate streams going this way and this way, like so, alternating pattern. So you get 2 separate streams. Just like that. Next thing we're going to do, just like in this one, we're going to come over 5 blocks, right like this. And you can either just place the blocks manually, or you can use your zero tick here to space it out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So then you're going to have an observer facing into these blocks, so that way the redstone output is coming out here, an observer facing it, and a standard piston there. And then that's going to divert those blocks in there. Just like that. Now we're going to start setting up the zero ticks that send your blocks down. You can actually space this as far back as you want, as long as, this last one is on 13 at the push limit. I normally just put it in here because I have no reason to have that much space. So to set this up, if you've ever built Mumbo Jumbo's concrete blast chamber before, this will all seem familiar to you. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 here, 5 here. Now on this left-hand side, you're going to take your comparators and put them so their output is facing into this block. You're going to get a furnace or a dropper, but anything like that, but a furnace seems to work best. If you use another one, you'll have to kind of figure out your own redstone outputs, the number of items you should put in it. But these comparators are going to read out of these furnaces. Then on this side, you're going to have 2. Then it's going to go up by 1. You got to fill all that with redstone. Then you're going to take some glass or some upper half slabs, whichever one you like better. I prefer glass. You're going to put it there. And then you're going to have a block going up. Cover those in redstone. Then you're going to have a normal or a sticky piston, but I would suggest normal pistons. And then below it, you're going to have a sticky piston facing down, just like that. Now you're going to set these up in 1.16 and 1.16 only. You're going to put 44 items into this. 1.16 did some redstone changes that change up the system. If you're in 1.15.2 or all the way back to 1.14.4, I think, you're going to have 55 items in here. So when a block comes in, it zero ticks and starts pushing them down. Real simple. And what you're going to do is you're going to have all of these furnaces have 44 items in them. I'm in creative, so I can just copy the container and its contents, but in survival, you just put 44 items in all of them. Now you're going to have one gap of space, and you can put your next set of furnaces in. And I'm going to use pre-filled. And then you're just going to replicate what you did over there. Okay, so once you've copied what you did over here, right over here, you just mirror it. Now you're ready to start on your block counter for the item stream. Now, you could put a clock on this with a lever if you want to simplify it, but it's really not that hard to build this this counter. So you just go to the middle one here, so third one over in the stream, place an observer with the face down here onto the item stream. You're then going to put a block on top of it, and two more like this. Then you're going to have Redstone Dust and a repeater. Just grab one from here. Then you're going to have a Sticky Piston for a monostable with a block on top of it. And I just realized that I messed up. So earlier what I said is actually incorrect. You need this at least 4 blocks away. So then after this monostable, you're going to put 4 normal blocks, and you're going to take and put some powered rail on top of it for the observers to actually check out. And then you're going to place observers on top of those, all looking down at this powered rail here. This monostable will activate it for this to work. Then we're going to get some droppers. And the first 3 will all face into each other, going into the machine. Last one will face up into another one, facing back the way you came. Just like that. And then this last one will face down into this one. And then in the very first one, we're just going to put a single item. Just like that. Now we're going to take an output off of this, and we're going to use a comparator, reading this dropper right here on the corner, the one that faces up. We're going to put in another monostable here, going into a repeater with no delay, a solid block, and a sticky piston. You're going to take your slime blocks, and you're going to have 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after that, you're going to have yourself a redstone block. Right like that. And now we're ready to work on the TNT duper. So you're going to have a block off to the side right here, just like this. So this is your first block here. It'll be one past this redstone, one below, one to the left. Then after it, you're going to have 7 blocks. First one gets redstone dust, and then all the rest of them get repeaters, which are going to face into a block here. And you're going to have a normal piston. Make sure it's a normal piston. Then on these repeaters, you're going to put full delay on every one except for this last one, which will be on no delay. You're going to bring one block over, and you're going to ladder up without doing that. And you're going to ladder up 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all of those get redstone dust except for the last one. You can put it up there, but you don't need to, so save the extra redstone dust. And on the end of that block, you're going to have a sticky piston. Now we're actually going to be building our TNT duper. And this isn't very hard to build. Now the only thing that's really different that really, for whatever reason, helped out reliability was instead of a wall, use a piece of fence. That made this thing a whole lot more reliable. Then you're going to put a detector rail with a minecart on it. You need a dead coral fan or a coral fan. When you place it, it'll die right there. And then your TNT will go here, but I don't place it yet. Just in case I accidentally, update something or, something goes wrong. I don't want to blow this up and start over. Now you're going to take obsidian, a furnace, any immovable object, chest, whatever you want it to be. You're going to have that block there. And you're going to have one here. Now we need to set up our TNT aligner. And I'm going to use iron blocks. You can use whatever block you want. It doesn't matter. And you're going to set up the place where that TNT actually lands, which is going to be right here. And this repeater chain is actually going to activate this piston to push it down into here. Now you're going to want some wall. The type doesn't matter. I'm going to place one there and one there. Then you need a fence gate. Again, the fence gate type doesn't matter. Use whatever you like, whatever fits your design. And you're going to open it. Then you're going to have blocks like this. And you don't have to do this. I've tried it with and without bringing these blocks all the way down. But I like the look of having them all down here. And it just gives me a little sense of security. Because that should keep it aligned all the way down. And once you've got that, you can place your TNT right there. And that's it. Now, this is all complete. So you can start running blocks through it, whatever you know. whatever your heart desires. Let's go ahead and just do a manual test. So the first time you run this, it's going to set this and prime this TNT. It'll lock it in, bring it back, and it won't dupe on the first one. Every subsequent activation of this circuit after that will do it. Now, if you're running it and for whatever reason it's not prime, because this TNT actually drops when this is pushed forward. There we go. Even if it pushes forward and your block stream stops, this is fine. It'll, even if this stays activated, it does not. It's not going to be a problem. Once you start running blocks through, once enough go through, this will pull back. It won't do TNT on the pullback, and that piston timing will run out. And I've got this whole thing set up here so that with this timing, that piston will always be retracted when this TNT drops, so you don't have to worry about that. Before you can build whatever type of item collection you want here, this is just kind of what I set up. It's the same width as the system up here, 11 wide, 15 long. And again, 15 blocks below this. You could probably put it closer, as long as it's at least 13, because you don't want this block to end up coming down here and pushing through your system or cutting off water flow or something like that. So, but I picked 15. That leaves me 2 blocks of buffer down there, and this TNT is actually detonating right around here. So your hoppers and everything should be safe. This is just a standard one water bucket right there. So you just go through and fill up a stream, have hoppers collecting at the end of it, or have it go into another water stream. The item collection is really on you. But that's it. You've now got a extremely reliable TNT duper. One more thing. This right here is why I say use normal pistons up here, because on this side, these blocks interact. If you have a sticky piston, it'll pull this block back down whenever this activates. So when that's broken, it would pull that block down, your comparator would pop off, the whole timing system would quit working, and eventually it would jam up and back up and mess your conveyors up. So like I said, it's best used normal pistons there. But that's it. I hope you get some good use out of this thing. I'm going to put a world download in the description below, and y'all take it easy.